Hey guys, how's it going? Thad here with Iowa Budget RC, and we got a singing Grayson in the background. But anyway, so it's time to get this Marui finished up, and I've got the decals over here, got my Iowa Budget RC Basher's license plate, whatever. But I was gonna put the original lights back onto the roll bar, and sadly, this one is okay. It's got the piece on there, but this one is missing half of it. So I can't use those. So what I'm going to do is I've got these Tamiya ones here that are left over, and I'm going to modify these. I've got to round this out a little bit and modify these to make them work. So the problem is on Tamiyas, they have it's kind of squared off right here, and the Marui is not. And so painted this silver, just looked on the box and that's the color it was on the box, so did silver on that, and it's going to get the KC highlighter stickers on there, but I've got to do a little modification to these first. So I'm going to get that done and I will bring you back. We'll get the roll bar installed, and then we're going to get the decals on it, and then the electronics, and I get to use my new soldering iron from Keith for the motor wires. So that's pretty awesome. I've been looking forward to using that. I mean, I solder almost daily at my shop, and then at the new job I'm doing soldering for a living, making circuit boards. So anyway, yeah, I'll bring you back when I get these modified and ready to go in. All right, so that was a successful modification. Since this roll bar was already broke, I did kind of file on the roll bar itself too, but yeah, I made them work and I think they look good. So KC Daylighter stickers are coming to those, and yeah, I'm just gonna start cutting the decals out, which we got here from MCI, and we will make this happen. All right, guys, check that out. It's about halfway done. I've got the big bear and the stripes on this side, and then the hood done. So, and then of course the roll bar lights. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, guys, got the decals done. I think it looks phenomenal. And so now it's time to move on, and we're going to get the electronics put in it. Kind of turned my Iowa Budget RC Basher's plate into a European plate because of the small area back here, but hey, it works. And I don't know if these metal pieces that are on the bumper are factory Marui, or if somebody put those on there to protect the bumper when it does wheelies, or what. But they're on there, so I left them on there and painted it white. But I think it looks really good. And so now it's time to I'll pull the body back off, and we're going to get the original electronics all together and working, and hopefully have a running truck by the end of this video. All right, got the Saker, however you pronounce it, soldering gun from Keith here, and I'm going to got some shrink wrap on here, and I'm going to get these plugs for the motor wires put onto the ESC and the motor itself, and so hopefully this goes well. But I'm kind of excited. I mean, never used one of these one-handed solder dealies before, so we'll see how this works. Now that I've used like $1,000 Pace soldering irons at the new job, second job, I don't know how I'll ever be able to even use my Wellers again. So anyway, we'll give her a try. Well, so far I'm gonna call this a big nope for me. Keith, again, thank you for sending this thing. I've always wanted to try one and never bought one, so maybe Grayson will be able to get it to work better than me, but I guess I'm used to traditional soldering methods, and I can get it to tin this wire, I can get it to tin the plug wire, but I can't get it to stick the two together. So I'm busting out the Weller and gonna use that instead. All right, big difference there. Got a good joint, and so yeah, I guess the auto feed gun just isn't meant for me. Like I say, maybe Grayson will be able to use it because he's actually pretty good at soldering, but you know, maybe he'll be better at it than I. But I guess I'm more used to the traditional ways. So anyway, thanks again for that, Keith, and we're going to continue on. Got the plug here, so I'm going to figure out how to get all the electronics placed in this thing, and we're going to make this thing a runner. Okay, so I had to turn the electronics on to center the steering servo before I can mount it in the chassis, right? And so just for schnitz and giggles, I'll show you here. We've got, trying to keep the wires out of the way of the battery here. We've got forward and reverse. So I don't have the batteries in the actual Futaba radio yet, but yeah, so that's a good sign. We've got life. So now let's get all this stuff mounted up and get everything hooked up, and yeah, we'll be rocking. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you. These are the original Marui body clips. Look how long those suckers are, because you got to put them in from the side. And so versus the Tamayas, where you gotta reach way underneath the roll bar, and it's harder than hell to get them in and out. You've got the long body clips. RC companies, if you're watching and listening, this is a hell of a good idea. You should bring these back. All right, servo is in. Steers back and forth. Got a question for all you vintage guys. You know, they don't make reproduction tires for the Marui, and this is the only one that really has it, but it's got a really bad flat spot right there. Anybody got any special tricks on taking that flat spot out? I mean, if I squeeze it on the sides, if I can get it to pop up, it'll come out, or if I squeeze it like so, it kind of comes out, and I know it's just from, you know, sitting on the shelf for so many years. This one's got a little one, but not near as bad. It's just a little bit out of round, and the back ones are pretty darn good, surprisingly. So yeah, if anybody's got a trick to that, I'm actually thinking about maybe getting some hair buns and putting those inside there as like a center foam, just to keep the flat spot down. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But on to putting the rest of the electronics in, and I'm just kind of going on the directions in the manual. So anyway, I'll bring you back when we got it. All right, guys. So I've got to take the steering servo back out and recenter it, because I don't have it. I thought I had it centered, but apparently I don't. But it does work, and forward and reverse both work. So she's alive. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that switched and fix that, and we're gonna take her out for a little run. All right, guys, here it is outside, getting ready to run for the first time in who knows how many years. The Futaba antenna wire is, of course, a mile long, so I've got it coming out of there, and then I just kind of tied it around the roll bar. Here's the Futaba radio. Everything works good and smooth, so I'm gonna put you in the tripod, and we're gonna run it around the yard a little bit. All right, here goes first run. Definitely not a powerhouse. But it runs. And it even does wheelies. Look at that. Let's see if we can duplicate that again. Turning ratio sucks on it. There you go. Perfectly restored 1985 Marui Big Bear. And there's the antenna. Anyway, next time you guys see this thing, it will be on one more video with the Blackfoot, comparing the original monster trucks together. And after that, then it's probably going to go on the shelf. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Oh, and check out our iowabudgetrcbashers.com merch store and get you some t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, whatever. Have a great day, guys.